we come across a lot of people who inspire us. And today, I'm with one such inspirational personality who inspired me a lot. And I'm sure at the end of this video, she's gonna inspire you a lot. She was working in an MNC until 2009 when life took a U-turn. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. But as they say, tough times bring out the hero in you. Her tough days brought out the hero in her, and she started the Swarga Foundation in 2014 along with her husband. This charitable trust helps people with multiple sclerosis and other neuro disorders. So I have with me today Ms. Swarnalatha, the founder of Swarga Foundation. Hello ma'am, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.
So ma'am, you were working in an MNC till 2009 and then you got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and in 2014 you started Swarga Foundation. So how is this journey for 5 years from a person working in an MNC to someone who has started a foundation who's doing a lot for a lot of people now?
Initially, when I was diagnosed with this disease, I was neck down paralyzed. So, to an extent that I could not even move my hands, and I was financially independent from the age of 14.
Okay.
So, at 29, when I became like this, I needed help for each and everything, like drinking water, wearing clothes, small things like that, needed help. So, I felt absolutely hopeless, and I fell into depression. I used to be in depression quite often, and my husband Guru Prasad, he used to motivate me all the time that you must do something, get out of it. But after I took steroids, I was 70% okay. It took like about 1.5 months for me to get back on my feet. So I started walking again, but I had lost a lot of energy, my balance was lost. So I regained 70% of my mobility, so 30% was gone forever. So whatever that 70% was remaining, I've been losing gradually over the years because I am affected with a very severe type of multiple sclerosis. So it's very devastating, it shatters our aspirations, professional life, personal life, everything.
And it's progressive also.
Yeah, it's progressive. Every day I see that, okay, yesterday was better. And the major problem was people, they're very judgmental, because when I'm sitting like this on my sofa, nobody knows what I'm going through. True. Okay, they tend to judge me always. She's fine, she's able to smile, she's able to do so many things. But what goes on inside, I have never shared with anyone. And 2010, I actually joined another multinational automobile company.
Okay.
So there nobody knew I had this disease because I used to carry myself so well. But when they shifted the location, which was like almost 40 kilometers from my home, and that too in a place like Bangalore, it's difficult to travel. In a day, if I have to travel 80 kilometers, even healthy people will not do it. So it was almost impossible.
Bangalore traffic.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable, right? You spend hours only on the road in traffic, so you kind of don't have personal life. So they gave me other option. They gave me a different role, and I was not willing to do it because that was not my scope. So when I told, and they were like forcing to know why I was not able to accept the other role. Then I told that I am affected with this disease, and they forced me to resign because I didn't fit into the organization anymore. So that was again like,
another shock.
Yeah, I've been working since my first job, full-time job I took at the age of 18.
Okay.
Okay, so suddenly, this that I can't work anymore. That also brought me down a lot. And most importantly, my son was too small. He was 2 years old. One big question mark was, how am I going to handle life, handle his future, forget about mine, about him. Then after I quit this job, I was at home, and there was an excitement in life because we are looking forward to moving into our new apartment. So when we moved into our apartment, I conceived again. In spite of contraceptives in place, in spite of the disease and all that, I still conceived. So we had a choice whether to continue with this pregnancy or not. So that was again very confusing, but both of us went ahead because we thought
It was
it's
meant
something,
to happen.
yeah, and it's like going to bring some positivity into our lives again. And moreover, Gagan always wanted a sister.
Okay.
So I also had in mind that this baby is going to be a girl. So I wanted to bring
sister
a
to
princess
Gagan.
in
Okay.
our home. So 2011 October, Ghana was born. During my entire pregnancy, I took good care of my health. I used to swim till the 8th month of my pregnancy.
Okay.
And it's like early morning I do yoga, and 10 o'clock I do my swimming, and 5 o'clock I go to the gym. I would walk with the help of treadmill because I can't walk without support. So, and used to take care of my diet. So Ghana was born very healthy at 3.1 kilos at birth. And when she was 4.5 months, we moved to Coimbatore in April 2012. And my condition started deteriorating very fast. Like I know in 1 week's time I'm going to be on wheelchair. It was that rapid. So we started consulting Ayurveda physicians. I've been on Ayurveda medicine from the time of diagnosis, because there is not much in allopathy, because the medicines that are currently available, the side effects of these medicines are graver than the disease itself.
Okay.
Okay. So I chose to go the holistic way. Then the first time I went to hospital, long hospitalization, was in September 2012, and I was there for 93 days in hospital, and Ghana was about 10 months old that time, and I was still feeding her when I left. So it was, as a mother, you know, it was very difficult to leave a child like that, and we didn't have any kind of moral support. I was staying alone in the hospital, and Guru had to manage children here on his own. Both children, both were small. Kano was 10 months, Gagan was in UKG. Okay, which was like 4 years old. Yeah.
Small.
So, and when I went to the hospital, it was like, that was a transformational phase in my life. My close friend's husband passed away when I was in hospital. It was like he just got a fever one day, and before the reports could come, by evening he was gone.
Okay.
Then I felt, okay, I have this disease from so many years now, and I don't know whether I have to live with this forever, which means like disease, death and disability don't have any connection.
True.
I might have to live more years. So why not live happily? Okay, death is there. I mean, it's for sure for everybody, not just me, right? So everybody, even gods in human form like Krishna or Christ, they also had to die someday.
True.
So I'm not something great. So I also have to go someday. So why not go with grace and dignity and happiness and
satisfaction of having done something,
and fulfill all my dreams. Okay. Whatever, all those small dreams that I had, I gave everything a try. So I started life fresh. Plus, God has blessed me with good looks, intelligence, knowledge, experience, and a good family. So I'm so blessed and privileged. I started counting my blessings from that time onwards, and decided never to crib again. So in the hospital, I started conducting workshops for patients. On initially we started with puppetry, how to make puppets, how to do puppet shows, because I had attended a workshop back in Coimbatore. Then I also got into face painting with the patients. Then one day we'll do bhajan, one day we just play antakshari, one day we do just mehendi. You know, every day would be different.
You turned the hospital into a party place.
Yeah, it's like everybody, when somebody calls them from home, when they're busy with this, they'll say, I'll call you later, I'm too busy now, you know.
That was the excitement.
Yeah, like people were looking forward to the evenings actually. And when the day came, when I had to go, during my discharge, patients actually cried.
Okay.
You know, we never want you to go, but we know you have to go because ultimately you have a family as well. So the bonding was so strong, you know, and I realized everybody wants to live happily given a chance. So, and I was able to bring that happiness in their lives. So in the hospital, I also invested a lot of time in meditation and pranayama, reading spiritual books. That changed my perspective towards life entirely. After I finished my second treatment, which was again about 75 days, the next following year, I felt that we have to do something. So after I came back from the hospital, we started organizing cyclothons for kids in our apartment. We started green initiatives where we start like kitchen gardening for yeah, that's how we started initially for the kids in our apartments. And then we became very active and we started cyclothons for not just our apartment but entire city, and it became a massive hit. So when I came for the third treatment, right, third year, again about 75 days, that time Guru and I had already decided that we are going to start a charitable trust, because it has to be, anything we do has to be done professionally.
True.
Because we are thinking long term, not just do it for 1 year and leave it. It was not like that. So we wanted to do it professionally because he also has a good professional background. He works with a MNC. So when I came back the third time, I started designing the logo for
Swarga.
yeah, and first start thinking the name for Swarga and logo and what will go in the website, how things should be done, all that. So when I came back from the hospital, immediately we started working. So I came back in September. In October we registered Swarga.
Okay. So ma'am, so we have seen your journey till the point where you started Swarga. So now let's talk about what are the initiatives and activities that Swarga does. So what's the vision of this charitable trust and what do we do at Swarga on an overview?
We primarily started Swarga to create awareness about multiple sclerosis and similar neuromuscular disorders, then to convert every disability into ability and to explore our potential. So currently we are counseling a lot of patients, not just about living life meaningfully, but also technical counseling, like what kind of wheelchairs will suit them.
Okay.
Okay, and then what is their budget and what can fit, you know, and then we, for their kind of disease or disorder, where the exact treatment will be available. We are not propagating any kind of medicinal system or anything, but see, since we have been through all this, we know what is
available where.
Yeah, so and most of them, when they get diagnosed with this kind of disease, you know, there is so much information available on internet. People actually, it's panic. Yeah, it's very confusing. It's they actually get really scared looking at this. So when they know somebody, okay, somebody has gone through this, let me check with them. So they kind of have confidence. So it's about building confidence. Then we also sponsor a lot of patients with their monthly medications, hospitalization costs, then giving them wheelchairs, walkers, their education. Whatever patient wants, we try to do that. And we have launched Tamil Nadu's first transport facility for disabled and senior citizens. So this van this is a Tata Winger. It comes with a ramp, and so that people with wheelchair can get in directly. So because we can't get into other vehicles easily. See, I can't take a train because trains are not disable friendly. I can't go in a bus. I can't go in a flight. Most of the times we are deboarded. Okay. So because wheelchairs don't go inside, right? So there has to be, I mean, if we have to live a social life, we have to explore, I mean, we have to find a solution where.
So you need a means of transport. Yeah,
and so that we also have a social life like everybody else, and we also travel with dignity and comfort. So Sarathi comes with a ramp and sofa cum bed, toilet, wash basin, television, so all these facilities, and it's a non-profit initiative. So yeah, so that I know, because I know the pain. So if I am not able to help somebody, then what is the point? No?
I think now with Sarathi, everybody who's differently able can still travel like a celebrity in a caravan.
Definitely.
With all facilities.
Definitely. So, and we also have launched 3 editions of AM Special Calendar. So, this year's theme for 2018 is Adaptive Sports. So, in this calendar series, we feature differently abled achievers from across India. So, we always have 50% females in the calendar.
Great.
So that is how we show our
gender inclusion.
Yeah. So and everybody is from various parts of India, not just Tamil Nadu or Coimbatore. And this is the aim is to generate respect for people with disabilities. There is that still the social stigma associated with disability, that we are sinners. That is why we are like this. And nobody wants, see, we don't have employment opportunities.
True.
And disabled children don't go to school anymore. So all these things are there, so we wanted to address that. And after this calendar, I think it's got a huge response. We have featured everywhere and people have started liking the concept, and they're welcoming it. So now people say, oh my God, disabled people, they also can do so much stuff. Like we have shown people playing tennis on wheelchair, playing badminton on wheelchair. A blind person running marathons, not just in India but abroad as well. A blind person also cycling. There are so many things people don't know about. So they have to know, and it's so inspiring for not just disabled people, for able-bodied people also.
No, we tend to feel, if they can do, what are we doing here?
Yeah, the whole idea is to tell people that if we can do, what's stopping you?
What is stopping us? Very true.
Yeah, so. And we have also joined hands with Municipal Corporation of Coimbatore to make schools wheelchair friendly. So we are building ramps to the classrooms, and we are building a wheelchair friendly toilet. Okay, so that currently none of the wheelchair children go to the school. See, as long as their parents are there, parents will take care of them. What after that? Nobody wants to get married. Nobody wants to give them work. Nobody wants to give them education. We are almost treated like garbage, no? So this one aim to give them basic education. So at least if they have that, they can support themselves, right? So, and we have already done 6 schools disabled friendly in 2017. So the plan for 2018 is 10 more schools. So we have already started work in 3 schools now. We have renovated and converted one of the normal toilets into accessible one. We have worked with railways in the Coimbatore railway station. We have done all this work, and right now we are working with the police commissioner's office to make their building disabled friendly. Okay, so we are putting up a 30 feet ramp and an accessible toilet there. So our aim is to make more public buildings more accessible.
So it was great listening to you about a lot of initiatives that Swarga is doing. Too many things that you're doing. I wish Swarga does a lot more. And you told us that Swarga was initially started to give awareness about multiple sclerosis and other neuromuscular disorders. So can you please tell us what is multiple sclerosis, what are the causes and symptoms? And also, once you find out the onset of the disease, what do you do to be sure that you're still happy, because you're one of those who still carries yourself with so much positivity? I always see $1 million smile in your face. So what would be your advice to patients who are suffering from multiple sclerosis, and also a brief overview of the disease as well?
Multiple sclerosis is a disease of central nervous system which affects the brain and spinal cord and makes the person completely disabled. So there are various types like primary progressive, secondary progressive, relapse and remitting. So it doesn't matter what type, it's easier to get into each type. Progress, and currently there are a lot of options available in allopathy as well, but cure is not possible. They are available to manage to a certain extent. Basically this disease happens where there is a lot of physical and mental stress, when a person is not able to cope with so much stress. And a lot of people ask me whether I had so much stress. So yeah, everybody has their own set of problems to deal with, so I had my own. And how to deal with a disease like this, it's very challenging to be positive all the time. Considering I am in hospital for 4 months a year, which I go twice, each time 2 months. Yeah, it's difficult. So what I do is I try to bring more excitement into my life by interacting with patients, by interacting with the medical students there, house surgeons, and whatever is possible from my end, I do it. And this pranayama and meditation definitely play an important role in aligning the perspective towards the life. So it keeps us balanced all the time. This can happen to anybody, so don't think that you are chosen to suffer.
To
you know.
suffer. And many have that complex. Why did it happen to me? What bad did I do?
I never thought why me, because I always thought it can happen to anybody. So it's just that when you see the world around, you feel everybody else is happy, but that's not the case. If you dig deeper into everybody's lives now, everybody has some issues.
True.
So only the magnitude varies. So I have this problem, so let me deal with this. So this is how I am dealing with meditation, yoga. Support from family is very crucial. Without that, I don't think I would have done anything that I've done today. So that plays an important role, especially caregivers. They have to have a lot of patience.
True, very true.
Forget about a patient having patience, but caregivers, that's more important, because it's frustrating for them also to handle us all the time, 24/7. Because, for example, in my family, everybody's likes, dislikes, everything is based on mine only. My comfort levels. What I eat, everybody eats. Wherever I can go, they travel there only. So they don't have a choice, because they can't leave me and go anywhere, no. So it works as a family. It doesn't work as an individual. Yeah.
So how is it now? A lot of awards, lot of TED Talks, speeches. The recent one being the Tangatarage Award, which you received just a couple of days ago, I guess. So how is life now? When people treat you with a lot of respect, you're getting rewarded for all that you've been doing for the last few years.
I don't feel anything great about it, actually. There are always highs and there are always lows.
True.
So just take them the way it comes. Yesterday I received an award, today I'll receive some scolding from somebody. So it has got nothing to do. All these awards only increase my ego, that's all.
Okay.
They pamper my ego, that's all. What else does it do to me, It feels sometimes while receiving the award, it feels good. Yeah, I received it. Then after that, the next day I get back to my work. I feel I have to do more. I have to do really more. There is nothing done yet. So I have to do so much.
So I think that's the attitude which keeps you going. A lot more.
Yeah, and one more thing, this physical pain and helplessness, it keeps me grounded all the time. Okay. The fact that I can't do a lot of things physically makes me feel that this is how life is. That is a different life, getting awards. That's once in a while it happens, but the real life is this.
So ma'am, you told a while ago that you used to engage all the patients in the hospital with a lot of different activities, and I see that you're multi-talented. You sing, you paint, a lot of stuff you do. So can you tell us a little more about the personal side of Swarnalatha ma'am? What all she does, what all talents she has?
Last 3-4 years after getting into this disease, I actually discovered my potential. So I used to sing, but now I sing better.
Okay.
Okay. So and I started writing short stories, and some of my stories have also won prizes. Then I do play a bit of keyboard and learning guitar right now. So it's actually basically exercises for my hands, yeah. So and I used to do puppet shows regularly for school children, but now the coordination is not so good, and I'm not able to do it for a long time, so I stopped it. And then I've actually done the videos, edited the videos. AM Special Calendar series is accompanied by videos to promote them. So it's been done by me and one of my friends, who's also part of Swarga.
Okay.
And I've also done modeling. I'm finalist and one of the 6 finalists in Mrs. Coimbatore beauty pageant.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, where I was the only person on wheelchair. I gave a tough competition to able-bodied individuals, and I won this title called Mrs. Confidence. And I was
deserved, I must
say. I was one of the models at the prestigious the Madras Couch Fashion Week.
Okay.
And I still feel there's so much more to do. Yeah, I've won prizes in cookery competitions. I've won prizes in marathons organized for disabled people. So the list is endless actually, and I feel it adds excitement into my life, and that is how I am able to forget pain, physical pain.
And it keeps you young also, no? So much of excitement all the time.
Yeah.
Something new or the other.
Every day when I wake up, there is something to look forward to, no?
True, very true.
And through all this, I have also found the purpose of my life. So I know exactly why I am here, why I am made like this at the first place. So
maybe it was to inspire a lot of people. Do a lot more.
Maybe, yeah. See, unless the person goes through this, no, they don't identify with the cause. So probably because I have gone through it, I can identify with the cause, and I am able to do. Because if I don't do, I don't think I can't wait for somebody to come and change my life. That somebody is me in my life. I will change. If possible, I will change my life. I will not complain about politics, government. They didn't do this, they don't do. If possible, I'll do it. Otherwise, just leave it. The thing I enjoy doing most is motivational speaking. In my school and college days, I was not so confident of speaking. So when I used to read these books of Dale Carnegie and people like that, I used to feel I also should someday, address people, motivate them, inspire them. So now that I have got an opportunity, I confidently speak to an audience, say for even 20,000 people. So I have addressed at various forums like Rotary clubs, multinational companies like IBM, Rakuten, and so on. So, and I recently gave a TED talk also. So it's very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you are a singer. Can we hear a song from you?
பாதி ஜீவன் கொண்டு தேகம் வாழ்ந்து வந்ததோ, மீதி ஜீவன் என்னை பார்த்த போது வந்ததோ, ஏதோ சுகம் உள்ளூருதே, ஏனோ மனம் தள்ளாடுதே, ஏதோ சுகம் உள்ளூருதே, ஏனோ மனம் தள்ளாடுதே, விரல்கள் தொடவா விருந்தை தரவா, மார்போடு கண்கள் மூடவா மலரே.
Wow, yes, thank you very much for
Thanks
that.
so
Thanks
much.
a lot. So that's a lot that you do. I think this question is so silly to ask you, what next for Swarga? What are your plans for Swarga for 2018?
Nobody knows their future, and actions speak better than words. So let me do it and show it to you.
Okay, let me do it, says Swarnalatha ma'am. So ma'am, one last question for the day would be, if someone watching this video would like to contribute to Swarga Foundation in any possible way, what are the ways to reach you, and what are the ways in which he or she can contribute to Swarga Foundation?
We have a website, swargafoundation.org, and we have a Facebook page as well. So you can follow us there and keep updated about what we are up to. If you know any patient who's undergoing some difficulty like we have undergone, you can always refer them to us. We are here. We'll support them in whatever way we can. We never say no to anybody. And second thing is, we are doing a lot of things. If you think you can fit anywhere, like if you are doing videos, you can help us doing video. If you have more money, you can donate it to us. That will go to fund one
Patient.
Yeah, patient's education or wheelchair. If you have a lot of time, you can volunteer with us. So
we can reach out to you through swargafoundation.org.
Yes, definitely. I personally handle all the emails, phone calls. So
That's nice.
I'm available. I'm easily approachable to anyone. So.
Alright ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I'm sure people watching this video would certainly be inspired, and we hope to speak to you soon.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to bring out my life to you. Despite 80% disability, if I'm able to achieve so much in life, you're all 100% able-bodied. Imagine how much more you can do. If I can do all this, what's stopping you all? Do your bit to the society and go for it.
Alright ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed today's episode with Swarnalatha ma'am, founder of Swarga Foundation. Like she said, if you want to contribute to Swarga Foundation, all you have to do is visit swargafoundation.org. The link is displayed on your screen right now. So you can go to this website and check for various options through which you can contribute to people suffering from multiple sclerosis and other neuromuscular disorders. I'll meet you in the next episode with yet another inspirational personality. Until then, this is Gautam Sharma saying bye-bye, take care.